Hello, my friends. Your buddy Phil here, project management trainer and coach. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to PM Radio. Over the past number of months, some of you have been getting ready for the PMP exam, but others have just been getting into the world of project management gradually. And for those folks who are finding it hard to get into the world of project management, I got a real nice treat for you today because I'm going to give you some insights to how I got into the world of project management. And I'm also going to give you some guidance as to how you can better get in the game. Now, the way I got into project management was somewhat accidental. One of my professors during my master's degree had this bright idea that I write a dissertation in project management. So I did, and when I graduated, I thought I was a project manager in my head. But little did I know, all I had done was research into the barriers to implementing project management systems. This was back in the early 2000s. So I had a totally wrong understanding of what project management in the real world, pragmatically speaking, was. And for that reason, when I went for my first project management interview at DHL, I thought I could go in there with my master's degree and with courage and just speak to stuff that I thought I knew. But the interview was an absolute mess. It was a disaster. It was really bad. They spat me so far out, I didn't even know what day it was when I picked myself up. It was a very bad interview. I talk about being a reject from the interview, right? I went from being a reject in that interview to becoming a prefect. But how did this happen? It happened when I ran into a PMP in the company that eventually hired me after a couple of years, because this was back in 2003. My failed interview at DHL was 2003. And then finally I got a chance in 2004, late 2004, to begin working for an engineering firm. And that's how I met Mary Hirschner, my mentor. She wasn't my mentor at the time. In fact, we didn't get along very well. Thanks to bosses and people in the company that spread rumors about people. Oh, watch out for that person. They're bad. They're this, they're that. But it so happened that the person who was the villain in their minds ended up being the one who saved the day in my life. Showed me the ropes for PMP. Gave me her book so I could study. Long story short, my friends, I got into the world of studying for the PMP just like you. And it was a very hard climb, because I hadn't worked for these big old companies. I mean, I had done project management, but it was limited project management, It was limited. It had just started picking up a little bit when I met Mary. But the long story short is I got certified. That's why I know what you're going through. That's why I started this podcast, to help those of you who are like me. I was flat broke. I didn't have money to do all those courses that people say, we're going to have a boot camp. How much is a boot camp? It's $2,500, Phil. Are you kidding? I don't even make that in 2 months, let alone. I can't pay that. So it was very difficult back in those days, and I had to study on my own using what Mary gave me. I relied on little courses here and there online and what I did for my master's degree to qualify for the PMP. Long story short, I got PMP certified, and fast forward to 2024 from 2005, 19 years later. Some of you already know my track record, right? I've been a PMP now for 19 years. I've also acquired a number of other certifications like some of you have, and like some of you are working on. And I have been fortunate enough to train a lot of organizations, entities worldwide. Some of these you might have heard me talk about, like FBI or NASA or the U.S. Army or the U.S. Air Force, the Department of Transport, Department of Commerce. But how did I get there? The trick, my friends, is doggedness, ruggedness, determination, and discipline. You got to be rugged, dogged, and tough. I was just speaking to a couple of my PMPs who got certified last week, and what they said is they couldn't get a whole lot done during the week, being in the oil and gas firm they are. But you know what they did on the weekends? 5 a.m., 6 a.m., they're up. They're hitting it hard and heavy for 8 solid hours, sometimes 9, sometimes even more. But they're going beast mode on this stuff during the weekend. And some of you, you're like, well, I don't really have the ability to do that because, and you make excuses. But that's what you should be doing if you want to take the exam. You know what I mean? So for those of you who are feeling like you don't know what to do, schedule your date. Schedule your date 40 days out, okay? And just do everything possible within those 40 days to study. Just follow a 40-day plan, maybe studying every task, because there are 35 tasks in the outline. Study one a day. You've heard me talk about this before, right? And then for those of you who need a little bit of guidance, who would like a little bit more insight and clues, I would love for you to attend this crazily affordable webinar. I've got a really crazily affordable webinar for you. And this webinar is called PM360. And this is where I answer any questions anyone has about project management, breaking into project management, job interviews, your career as a project manager. If you've got any questions about the PMP, maybe you're stumped. This is a brilliant opportunity. Now I'm bringing my team from the Project Leadership Institute, which I lead. I'm bringing them in so that they can give you insights as to how they were able to do it. So I'm bringing 10 awesome men and women in. They're going to be my team to help you get clarity on wherever you're stuck. Maybe you're stuck in the world of getting into higher level project management. Maybe right now you are a project coordinator or you're an expediter and you want to go to that next level. So what you need to do, my friends, if you want to be part of this seminar, I call it PM360. And the really cool thing is I've made it extremely affordable for everyone, wherever you are in the world. The value is mind-blowing. It's like real retail price is $750, but I'm giving it to you for just a fraction. I'm cutting off 98% of the cost, and I'm giving it to you for just $10. That's right. It's not a slip of tongue. It's exactly that, $10. And the way to sign up for this, just go on down to pm360.pmradio.org. That's pm360.pmradio.org. Just type that into the address bar, and you'll be able to sign up for this seminar. It's a half-day seminar. It's on the 4th of May. It's 4 hours, and it's going to be a mind-blowing, game-changing seminar. I mean, for less than a meal at the horrible fast food places, right? You know, these days you spend $20 and you ain't even started, right, in those fast food places. So I want to make it very affordable for you. It's just $10 right now. But you need to sign up now because in the next few days, the seats will run out and the price will change. All right, so it's just $10. It's called PM360. You're going to get 2 of my recent books. You're going to get Project Management 360, and you're going to get the New Confident Project Manager, 2 books. And these books will give you some clarity and insights and pathways to getting better in pragmatic project management. This isn't just about, oh, I want to get certified. No. This is about pragmatism in the real world. So anyway, long story short, after I got certified, I started teaching immediately. People around me, I was at Honeywell at the time, and I started teaching my colleagues, and I got 50 of them certified with my bi-weekly sessions. You know, my boss, he was all for it. He said, you know what, let me ask my boss. He asked his boss, Mark, and Mark says, yeah, go ahead with it. And the PMO were trying to get people certified, you know, but a lot of them were failing until I started these classes, and this was guidance. And that's how I got into the world of where I am today. And one fateful day in 2009, I was working for a gaming company doing localization work as a project program manager. And I got thrown off, and the economy tanked, started letting go of people. I was one of the first they let go. And, you know, when the ship is capsizing, they got to throw the heavy weights off first. So they threw the project manager off the boat, and I was without a job for 9 months. And at that point, I knew I had to take my destiny into my own hands and start doing something to move the needle. And I started working as a trainer and coach full time. Started creating videos, started building my YouTube channel. This was back in 2009 when social media had just started taking hold. You know, back in those days, there was the horrendous MySpace, which some of you are traumatized by it. And I won't say Facebook is so much better, but, you know, this was early days of social media, and I had to really work hard to develop myself as a trainer because I was used to hiding behind audio. I didn't do a whole lot of video with my face in it until 2009, and I had to up the ante, and here we are today. That's why you know this guy called Phil. If you are thinking of taking this exam, I want to encourage you to jump into the seminar because you're going to be seriously encouraged by the people in attendance. They are all PMPs on my team, right? I have guys, I have ladies on the team, and you're going to be hearing from them firsthand how they did. It's going to be very inspiring. But on top of that, you're also going to be part of a network that will, for many of you, define your path in project management. I didn't really have that much guidance or someone to say, oh, I think you should absolutely do this or look into this or that. But when you come aboard our network through this seminar, we will answer questions for you, and you will always be connected because we're going to have this LinkedIn group for the PM360. Jump on that LinkedIn group and begin networking. That's how you expand your horizon. All right? So thanks for joining me today. All right? Thanks for sticking around this long. Again, where you need to go, it's pm360.pmradio.org, pm360.pmradio.org. Jump on there quick. Sign up, and I'll see you on May 4th, nice and early. It's going to be 12 p.m. Eastern to 4 p.m. Eastern. So do the time conversion wherever you are in the world. Those are my friends in Middle East. Do everything you can to attend. Those of you out in the EMEA region, right? Those of you out in Asia and Europe, or my friends in South America, friends in North America, do the time check, but it's 12 p.m. Eastern. Okay? It's also another way for those of you who are like, Phil, you do such a great job. I want to support what you're doing. Well, just show up. Come have some dialogue. And at the same time, those of you who are PMPs, well, it's 4 PDUs, so you might as well. You might as well just come for the ride. You know, like minds, come interact with us, break bread with us, maximize your PMP understanding, and you'll be extremely glad you came for that seminar. All right? pm360.pmradio.org. Thank you, my friends, and give you a final tip. If you're getting ready for the exam, you're pulling your hair out and wondering, where do I start? Again, you got to start from the tasks, the 35 tasks. There are 35 tasks, and until you have combed through each one, you really should not be stepping anywhere near that exam. All right? So start from the PMP exam content outline, methodically cover each one. You've heard me talk about it on this podcast. If you need some direction, remember, I'd already told you a few months ago I started a second podcast. And that second podcast is available at study.pmradio.org. That's study.pmradio.org. That's my second podcast. It's called 40 Days to PMP Exam Success. Of course, it's totally free. But if you're having trouble firming up your path for this exam, you definitely want to go subscribe to that other podcast as well. And just follow daily. Just be disciplined. And I tell you what to do in the podcast. All right? Thank you all very much. I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.